Yo guys, it's Slyroh. You already know that today I am bringing you a little bit different of a video. I wanted to bring you guys my Season 1 recap review of the Pokemon Premier League, the PPL that of course, you guys obviously know that I've been part of, and it has been fantastic, and I kind of wanted to do like a season recap and just kind of talk about the season in general, just as a finality to the first season. We're going to just talk about the season itself in terms of statistics and things like that, and before we get all feelsy and start talking about my experience and things like that. So, first thing that I want to touch on is how did we perform? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the league table at your faces right there, bam, and as you can see, we are the Pittsburgh Pyroar, and we are nice in 7th. And as you can definitely see by, especially from 5th and below, you see how close everyone's records are. There are 4 teams in the league that finished with a winning record. Everybody else finished with a losing record. But you see there's, what, 6 teams that finished with a 4-7 record. And we just happen to be the best out of those 6 teams in terms of differential. What that really says to me is that we didn't really get blown out. We kept control of a lot of games. We did choke for a couple of them, or just made a couple of bad plays. Sometimes, you know, we got outplayed, things like that. But I am pretty happy to say that I never really got swept except for week 1, which that was week 1. That was, you know, I'll blame that to inexperience. But yeah, so I'm really proud of finishing 7th. I'm proud of the 4-7 record. Starting the season, I was really unsure if I'd be able to win one game, and by the end of the season, I was starting to expect myself to win, or at least put myself in the best possible position where I can win. So I've made a lot of progress personally when it comes to my battling skills and just my expectations of myself. 7th is definitely not too shabby, especially when you consider who's below us and who is above us. There are so many great battlers in this league that it was really cool. Congratulations to Fred and the Borussia Doublade for winning the title. They were absolutely insane. 9-2 record, nice and plus 18 differential. Fantastic season for them. He did have a ridiculously overpowered team, but it was all legal, it was all good, and you really can't fault him for that. And regardless of how his team was, he was still talented enough to use it to the point of winning the championship. So, congratulations to him. And yeah, I guess a congratulations to everybody, you know, that played. Yeah, we all did, I think, fairly well, and I'm really... I would say I'm really excited for Season 2. Let's save that till later. So that is the league table. Another thing that I did want to show here, and I'm actually going to look at it myself here, is going to be our week-to-week schedule and kind of our records. And you can clearly see visually that that we didn't lose by too much ever. We never lost by more than a 4-0. We were never even involved in a game that was more than a 4-0. And the 4-0s all happened in the first 3 weeks. So it was, you know, we lost 4-0, then we won 4-0, then we lost 4-0, and everything after that was a ridiculously close game. There was one 3-0 that we lost to Tito's, and everything else was a ridiculously close game in terms of differential and all that good stuff. So that really, I'm really proud of that, and I'm really happy about that. Of course, there's more red there than green there, but honestly, at the beginning of the season, I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to get better, and I feel like I have accomplished my goals. So there's really nothing to be, you know, said about. Nothing too bad there. I'm very happy that I was able to accomplish the goals that I set out to do, and that was to have fun, and that was to get better at battling and do the best I could. I feel like I accomplished all 3 of those. Maybe we just need to minimize some of the mistakes for next season, but we'll get there. Another thing that I wanted to do is none of our Pokemon are in the MVP race at all. I think Kirim comes the closest. I'm not entirely sure. Well, yeah, no, it definitely does come the closest, but I don't know what place it's in. It's not top 10. It might be top 20. I'm not even sure, actually, at this moment. But I kind of wanted to take the time to just kind of show my whole team. I'm going to show all 11 of the current Pittsburgh Pirates members. And then right below them, I'd like to show all the past Pittsburgh Pirates members, because all of them contributed to the team in some way, shape, or form, except for Jinx. That was probably my worst mistake ever. I feel like I'm decent at making like a core team, but then I have problems filling out my team. So that's where there's just transfers all over the place. And yeah, so that was really cool. And I wanted to do this little mini awards ceremony, not award ceremony, but a mini little. I want to commemorate the top 3 Pokemon on my team, as I see. And I didn't actually plan this. Now, I'm not doing it just by differential or anything like that. There are some Pokemon that put in so much work that don't have the best differential, and things like that. So I just wanted to touch on what I consider to be my 3 most valuable Pokemon for the entirety of the season. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put up their stats on the screen as I announce them. There's gonna be a little team, this is gonna be like for team awards. Here we go, like just the bronze, silver, and gold here. So the bronze medal winner for what I consider to be the 3rd most valuable Pokemon on my team is probably going to be Gliscor. I'm really happy about Gliscor. People, I don't think, expected when I picked it first. It was like the 6th or 7th overall pick. I don't think people were expecting Gliscor to be picked, and I think I used it fairly well. I don't think I brought Substitute on it a single week, so I didn't run like Sub-Roost Protect Gliscor ever. Which I said I wasn't going to do. I use it in many different ways. I, brought like Ice Fang and Fire Fang and Defog, and, the Stealth Rocks, and especially defensive Gliscor, offensive Life Orb Gliscor, and then of course, mostly defensive Gliscor. But I brought it in many different ways, which I said I'd do, and it was able to do its thing. It got 6 kills, 5 deaths, which is not bad at all. So yeah, Gliscor. Props to my buddy Gliscor, Dr. Acula. I'm gonna give him a little bronze team medal. I don't actually have a bronze medal on the screen. Maybe I do, but I'm not like making one, because they're Pokemon. I think the 2nd most important member of my team has got to be Arcanine, and anybody who's probably played against me, which would be everybody. I don't know why I said it like that. Would probably tell you that Arcanine is a pain. It's so bulky. I used it defensively literally all the time, only because it was the thing that could take so many hits. If I needed it to be a physical wall, it could do that. If I needed it to be a special wall, it could do that. I didn't need attack investment, and Flare Blitz was still going to wreck some things. So Arcanine, despite having 9 deaths, having the most deaths on my team, that's not really Arcanine's fault. Usually it was I had Arcanine do its job until it wasn't needed anymore, and then sometimes I had to sack it off just to bring in, things that could do work, things like that. So, but Arcanine is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and it has become even more of a favorite of mine now that I've used it, like, during the PBL season, and if I'm able to snatch Arcanine for Season 2, I will do so. So, that slips too far down, you best believe that I'm going to be grabbing Arcanine again. Yeah, because we're not keeping the same team at all. Next season, we're going to have completely different teams. So all of these, that's kind of another reason why I kind of want to pay homage to Pokemon that helped me out this season. And then clearly, this isn't even a debate. The MVP for my team is easily Kirim. Kirim was a great value pick when I drafted it, and it has been putting in so much work for me. I used it in so many different ways: physically defensive wall, especially defensive wall, scarfed, specs, life orb. I brought basically everything other than a physical Kirim, and it put in so much work. It put pressure on so many people's teams, and I absolutely loved Kirim. It had 12 kills, 8 deaths. Probably could have had a better differential if I played with it a little bit better in a couple of matches. Could have gotten 2 extra kills against Raikou for sure, and I probably could have gotten a kill or 2 with it against Jack if I played around that right. But it is what it is. That's how it is now, and Kirim was fantastic. Kieran is definitely no joke, nothing to sleep on, and yeah. Now, that's not to say that anybody else on the team didn't do like as well, but like Shaman did really well. Mega Metacham did well for the 3 games that he was part of, and yeah, so absolutely. So those are kind of like Pokemon, and now I just kind of wanted to kind of give like a preview, or not like a preview, I don't know, just want to talk about that the whole season was fantastic. Thank you to everybody that I met. Thanks for Jack, Don Fanatic, for letting me be a part of the Pokemon Premier League. I have loved meeting everybody. I've loved becoming friends with everybody, and I can't wait for Season 2. I literally cannot wait. I want to start drafting now. Going into this season, I didn't really have a plan for drafting. I just kind of drafted some mons. Best believe that I have some plans for next season. I know what kind of Pokemon work in this format, and I know what I want. But I'm not spoiling my draft plans to anybody, because I really don't want to get sniped, which is probably going to happen. But either way, Season 2 will happen whenever it is ready to happen. We don't have a time frame, and we're not setting a time frame because we just want to make sure that it is perfect, which it will be. And next season, you guys better believe that I'm going to be going for that title. I'm going to be winning that championship next year. I'm going to say it here first, and I will probably confirm that after I have my dream team next season. I think I touched on everything. Thank you to everybody that watched and supported this whole season. Can't wait to see you guys again next season, and in the meantime, there will be other content for me to kind of hold you over. So, I think that's going to wrap everything up. That was the Pokemon Premier League Season 1. If I missed anything, whoops. It is what it is. But yeah. So, make sure you guys stick around. Pittsburgh Power coming back, Season 2. I will stay the Pittsburgh Power. Some people are changing their names, but I will not. So, we are going to be the Pittsburgh Power. So, if you want to support the Pittsburgh Power for Season 2, best believe you better stick around, because it's going to be insane. So, thanks for watching this video and this little recap thing of Season 1 of the Pokemon Premier League. Hope you guys enjoyed. So, until the next time, guys, stay sly.